Record. Hey guys, thank y'all for joining me on this Tuesday night. I'm here. My name is Stacey Hodge. I am a Ruby director with Awakened, and I am excited to share all the things. I joined at the end of October, and thankfully my friend Leah reached out to me. We were actually having a conversation about something completely different, and she brought it up in conversation, and I was like, just the right things, and my ears perked up, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, say what now? Wait, what'd you say? All of a sudden I was listening, and I was like, okay, like I'm going to need you to tell me more. I'm going to mute everybody out real quick so there's no background noise towards the end of this, or if you do have questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question. I don't want to miss anything. Of course, this is supposed to be, you know, all nice and neat, but I am a very laid back person. I am just your normal, average, everyday, you know, Louisiana girl. And I don't try to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I think everybody that knows me knows that about me. So I won't sit here and pretend that I'm all posh and polished and perfect. I'm not. A kid might walk up and say something. My husband is home with the flu. He might walk up and say something, and it is what it is. This is the life that I live, and that's the beauty of doing this kind of business and working from home and doing things like direct sales or attraction marketing, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. But that's the beauty of it. You can do it while you're living your life. So let me tell you just a little bit about how I got started and why I got started. Like I said, Leah reached out to me and my ears perked up, and I started listening. And I was like, wait a minute, what? Tell me a little bit about this. And I started hammering her with questions, and she was like, okay, let's get on the phone real quick. So she got me on the phone with a couple of her friends that got her involved. I got on the phone with her and Tony Garcia and Tracy Sajady, who is a certified medical researcher. And I hammered them with questions for over an hour. And before I got off the phone, I already knew that this was something I wanted to be involved in. And I was already intrigued. Of course, once I got off the phone with her, I did my homework and I looked at all the things, because I'm a skeptic at heart. And honestly, I was like, did y'all make up leptin to sell me a product? Like, I'm not down with that. So I did my homework and I looked and I studied all the things, and I got to move y'all over here on this side so I can move my screen. But I studied all the things and I said, okay, there's obviously something to this and I want to be a part of it. That was on a Tuesday. Thursday, I purchased my starter pack and I started sharing with everyone that I could possibly get still long enough to talk to me about it. I'm very intrigued by the product. By the science behind the product and all the things. And I'll tell y'all a little bit about what intrigued me. I'm gonna have to move this again. This way anyway. Sorry about that, guys. I'm having to move y'all around on my screen. I like to see your faces, so I keep y'all on there, but I also need to see the screen too, because I read some of this stuff, because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. But Awaken is a brand new company. It's just launched. It actually just started shipping the product on October the 31st. It's technically, I think, still in pre-launch. We have one product, and that one product is absolutely amazing. I don't think we need any more products for quite a while. But the name of the company, like I said, is Awakened. It's acquired the worldwide distribution rights of a patented formulation and clinically tested breakthrough product, Zenith, a proven fat loss accelerator that works through the body's leptin system. Again, I was like, leptin, say what? Like, I think you just made that up. But they didn't. Let me tell you a little bit about Zenith and the power of Zenith. They did an 8-week double-blind placebo-controlled study. And in that study, conducted participants over 8 weeks, lost an average of 3.96 inches off their waist, 1.2 inches off each thigh, 3.28 inches off their hips, and 21.3 pounds of fat. That is incredible. That is an average weight loss. 100% of the participants lost fat, and 100% of what they lost was fat. It was not water weight, it was not bone weight, it was not muscle weight. A lot of the times when we go on these diets and we lose this weight, we lose all kinds of weight. We lose water weight, muscle weight, and all that. This is proven not to get rid of your muscles. That's what we need to help us burn more fat, right? Zenith participants enjoyed a 90% greater fat loss than the placebo group. The placebo and Zenith groups had the same daily caloric intake. They came in, they exercised. It was very monitored. Both groups did the exact same thing. The placebo group lost an average of 9 pounds, I believe it was, in 2 months. And the Zenith group lost 21.3 pounds in 2 months. And y'all, that's a great fat loss. So why is losing weight so difficult? We think losing weight is simply about eating fewer calories and exercising more. And I agree with that. I think you got to eat good. You got to move your body. But some of us, like me, have done all those things and still struggle to lose the weight. And if that's the case, you know, that it's just diet and exercise, then why do we usually end up gaining all the weight back, or like me, struggling to even lose the weight, even with diet and exercise? Well, we can blame it on a little known biological process that sabotages our efforts, and that is leptin. Again, this was brand new to me. I had never heard of leptin before. I went to the doctors and tried all the different things and said, you know, like, what is the deal? Like, why can't I lose weight? I have had some thyroid issues in the past, but we've done panels and we've done blood work and we've done all kinds of things to figure out. I'm like, surely it's got to be my hormones. Like, I'm getting older. It's getting harder to even, you know, no matter what I do. Used to, I could really cut back on what I was eating and I could lose weight. That's not the case for me anymore. I've tried all the things, nutrition, exercise for long periods of time, and I just couldn't get the weight off. And I knew that there had to be something to it. So when I started hearing about this, like I really did, my ears perked up. I'm like, maybe this is my problem. Maybe this is what's wrong with me. Leptin is a hormone made by fat cells that regulate food intake and energy expenditure by communicating with the brain. It's the gatekeeper of fat metabolism. Your leptin sends messages to your brain to either keep eating and store fat or to stop eating and burn fat. Well, mine, I promise you, was telling me to keep eating and to store that body fat, because no matter what I did, it was packing on. Leptin was discovered in '94 at Rockefeller University. Scientists originally thought that if they gave leptin to overweight people that they would lose weight, but they quickly discovered it was the opposite. Overweight people have too much leptin and are often leptin resistant. Your leptin levels are directly tied to the total amount of fat that you have in your body. And here is the vicious cycle. You have too much leptin, it signals your brain to keep eating and store the fat. At this point, your brain ignores all other signals. Have you ever wondered why you just feel like you want to eat all the time? Do you ever wonder why, no matter what you do, you can't get rid of the body fat or just, you know, any weight off of you? This is why. The more fat you have, the more negative leptin messages are being sent to your brain, which creates leptin resistance. Leptin resistance sabotages all your efforts, no matter what you do, causing you to feel hungry and to eat more, even though your body has more than enough fat storage. And it ignites a vicious cycle. Too much leptin, too much fat, too much fat, too much leptin. So no matter what you do, you're not going to have the result that you hope for. Why does Zenith work? Zenith gently decreases your leptin levels to restore accurate communication between your fat cells and the brain. It allows your brain to hear the stop eating and burn fat messages. It has 0 harmful stimulants. It's made of all natural polysaccharides and fatty acids, and it's safe for long-term weight loss. I will tell you this, tomorrow is my 14-day mark. I've already taken my measurements Monday because, y'all, I'm not kidding. I was standing in the kitchen and I was fiddling around doing some stuff and I kept pulling my pants up, pulling my pants up, pulling my pants up. I was like, and then I stuck my hand in my pocket doing something. I think I stuck my phone in there and like my pants kind of came down. I was like, whoa. And then I started feeling around my hips and my thighs. I'm like, oh my goodness, like I actually physically feel smaller. So standing in my kitchen, fully clothed with my sweater and jeans on that I was wearing last night, I took out my little measuring tool and I opened my little app on my phone and I started measuring all the body parts. And I meant to send that here so I could pull it up as a picture, and I emailed it to myself, but I forgot to look it up. So forgive me, I'm gonna pull it up on I don't know that y'all will be able to see it though. Can y'all see that kind of? That's 11:15 to 11:28, which was yesterday. And you'll see the neck, shoulders, chest, waist, y'all, almost like over 2 inches on my waist, but all the way down. My total inches lost is 12.93, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, no. The first week that I was on the product, I was out of town for 4 days. We were eating like kings and queens. And I'm not saying y'all do this and eat whatever you want, you're going to lose all the weight in the world. That's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm just giving you my personal experience. That first week, I came home. I waited till that Wednesday to measure. That was my 7-day mark. And I lost 5 pounds. And I was like blown away. I didn't do my measurements because I was going to wait and do them at the 2-week mark and then my 30-day mark. And then I weighed this past week because I felt like I was lighter. I felt thinner, but I got on my scale and I've actually gained weight. I've actually put not over my top number, but I've gained weight. And so I was like a little discouraged, but then when I did my measurements and I felt smaller, I was like, I know that I feel smaller. And then I did my measurements. I'm like, okay, see, like I'm down overall, but I had still gained some weight back, but I have lost inches. You got to give it time. But I will say that I was telling someone today, I've learned that when I take the product correctly and I drink water, literally, I cannot overeat. I can't. I have tried. And there comes a point where as you're eating, I'm not kidding, and the longer I've taken it, the more I can feel and realize and recognize those, I guess, the sensors going off and the messages being sent that, okay, I don't want to eat anymore. Like I am done. And it comes to a point where I'm like, okay, this tasted really good a minute ago. Now I'm like, ugh. Like I do not want this anymore. And I throw away, like I had a bagel with peanut butter this morning, and I usually eat the entire thing. Not today. And I was done. And that was around 10:30 this morning. At almost 1 o'clock, I met a friend for a meeting at McAllister's, one of my new girls, and I was just kind of showing her around the website and stuff. And I didn't want anything to eat. I was still slap full. There's something to it. Like my own personal willpower has never told me to stop eating this plate of food, right? I'm going to continue eating the food. I'm from the South and we love to eat. Like I tell people, I'm also Baptist, and it's just a double whammy. We really, really love to eat. The results speak for themselves. Through the double-blind placebo-controlled study, it showed that Zenith reduced fat, reduced weight, reduced leptin, increased adiponectin, and that's something that tells your body to hold on to and even build lean muscle. It enhances your body composition, increases your metabolic function, and improves muscle to fat ratio. It's 90% more effective than diet and exercise alone. I tell people all the time, diet and exercise is not my strong suit. I do not enjoy doing it. I did it for a very long time, trying to get rid of some of this weight, but I did not enjoy it while I did it. If I can go and do it and know that taking this product along with the exercise makes it 90% more effective, I am down for that. I am for that completely. If you join as a member, you're going to have access to not only discounts, but you're also going to have different things to kind of help you fully engulf yourself in this journey, your health, yourself, and your sorry, again, this is in the way, your wealth. There's a lot of different avenues to having success with this, and I think making up your mind is very important. So I love that they're going to do that. They talk about your mind and how you can, rewire your mindset. I know if you're like me, I grew up thinking, you have to clean your plate, you don't waste food, all those kinds of things. And then you hear things about yourself, and then you start telling yourself things that just aren't true. But if you grow up believing those things and you don't change your mind about that, you can sabotage your own success. How do you get the product? Our membership is open, but our customer portal is now also open. So there's more than just 2 ways to get it. But for $50 membership, you get access to the things that we discussed before, but you can also buy a 2-pack for $260 or a 4-pack for $500. And I've had a few people say, well, oh, that's kind of expensive. It's a $135 a month. What do you spend $135 on? I'm serious. You probably spent $135 on junk last week. And I know, guys, I know it's harder and harder these days to make money stretch. It's harder to make those dollars stretch out. I get it. But there are ways that we can crunch and make this worth it. And what is your health worth to you? Is your health worth $135 a month? I know if I can lose 20 pounds a month or 10 pounds or 15 pounds or 13 inches, then it's absolutely worth it to me. I joked, and I probably shouldn't, but I joked and said, you know, if this works exactly the way it says, it's 100% effective with each person that has taken the product. It's proven, it's double patented. It's got a 60-day money back guarantee. So you literally have nothing to lose. But if it does what it says it will do, then I'll sell a kidney to be able to afford it. Like, no kidding. I'm going to pull up a few pictures. I didn't have any live testimonies tonight. I want to tell me, can you see these pictures when I pull them up? Yeah. Okay. This is my friend Christina. She actually joined us last week and she gave us her testimony. She's one of my members that joined with me. I just love her. She was on vacation when I reached out to her and I was like, you've got to do this. She says, okay, I'll do it when I get home. I'm like, no, you don't want to wait till you get home. Like, go ahead and get on there, order now. I know you're on vacation. It's only going to take a couple minutes. You'll get your product in that much sooner. You can see the difference between these 3 pictures was 3 days, 19, 20, 21, 20, yeah, 3-4 days, whatever it was. But you see the difference in her neck. I don't know how many inches she said she lost, but she reached out to me today and I need to get an update on her. I hope she'll take some more pictures soon, but she's lost over 15 inches overall over her own body since she started. And that to me is just incredible. Everybody asks me from the beginning when I started sharing this, but do you know somebody personally? Do you know somebody that's lost weight on this? Now I can say, yes, I do. I personally have, but I also have friends that have, and here are some more of those. Now, this guy I do not know personally. I took this picture from our testimony group, so somebody knows this guy. But you can see here in just a few days from the 7th to the 10th, this guy lost 8 pounds. Leave it to men. They always lose more than we do as women. It's just infuriating to me. But you can see the difference in his torso, in his body, in his belly area or whatever. Just like, that's just incredible. And that is fat loss. This is my friend Nancy. I did not know her before this, but I called her my friend now. She spent a little bit of time with me. I've annoyed her and Leah and Tony and others. They're probably like, I'm going to block her number, block her on Messenger. Like, she is too much. But this is Nancy, and her pictures, but not only her pictures, but her measurements blew my mind. You can see that she's down 12 pounds in 24 days. And this has been a while ago. So I know she's lost even more since then. But look at the shape of her body. Something that one of the leaders in the company kind of explained, you know, people that lose a lot of weight on other diets and programs or what have you. I don't know if you've seen them, but I've also thought the same thing. Their body just kind of looks droopy, like their face looks a little droopy and their body looks kind of droopy. The difference between this program and that is you are literally changing the figure of your body. You are gaining lean muscle while you are ridding your body of fat. You're not losing your water, so your skin continues to look young and full. It doesn't look like it's dragging and sinking off your face. You don't look sad like you've been fasting for 6 months. You still look great, and you can see the shape of her body in these pictures. It's just mind-blowing. So he kind of explained it as, you know, rather than going and getting that body that you need to, you know, have lifted everywhere, you're going to give yourself a bikini body. Well, I've never had a bikini body in my adult years, but hey, if I can get anywhere close to that, I'm happy. But look at those inches, 15 and a half inches lost in 24 days. That's huge. This is my friend Tony. She's another one of those that me and Leah kind of irritate, probably me more than anybody, but Tony spent a lot of time with me since I joined. Now, I've known Tony for years. We were in another company together, and I just love her sweet self. But you can see here that she's lost. And I think at this point in these pictures, she had lost around 12 or 15 pounds. And this is her first almost month that she took these pictures. So yes, the product works. Yes, it's boasting results. It has 100% effectiveness with each person that has taken it. It's lost fat. And I wish next time I do this, I will pull up the pictures so that everybody can see. I broke down and bought one of those smart scales that they told me about. Again, I'm a skeptic at heart, and I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to be transparent with you. I always said those are a load of crap. There's no way, sorry for my language, there's no way that you can stand on this machine and it's going to tell you how much fat you have, how much muscle you have, how much water you have. I'm like, there's just no way. Well, apparently it works. I stood on the scale, and of course, I learned that you have to be barefoot. I don't know why I can read you different when you're barefoot, but whatever. And I will tell you that the weight that I've lost, that I've tracked over the time, has shown me that I have lost fat. I actually increased water weight. I increased protein. I increased lean muscle, and my bone mass has stayed exactly the same. My BMI has gone down. My visceral fat went down. Like, I'm just like, okay, like, you know, I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it all the way. And I want one of those little machines that's going to tell me exactly, I'm going to take my measurements exactly. And I'm not going to fudge the numbers, because I don't feel good sharing this with somebody if I don't know for sure what it's doing for me and what I've seen it do for other people. So I'm here to tell you what I've seen is absolutely real, and it's incredible. And I'm growing more and more excited about it as the days go by, and as the testimonies just roll in every single day in our testimony group. If you're not there, get there. It's called Time for Change. Whoever invited you here, make sure that they've invited you to that group, because the testimonies are rolling in daily, and it's so inspiring to see that. Now, I will say there are those that have gone 2 weeks and have not lost it, but like maybe 1 pound. That's still phenomenal. They're still losing inches. So don't just focus on the scale. Focus on how you feel. I know that my moods are better. Yay. For everyone around me, my moods are better. I'm sleeping, I tell people, not like a baby, but like a slobbering teenager. It's like, wow, deep sleep. And obviously, you know, it's, my body is listening. The signals are now going through and telling me to quit eating. That's something that obviously, like I said before, I just never really had the willpower to do on my own. So I'm going to close with, please reach out to the person who invited you here tonight. If you're not already got product on the way, make sure that you get your product on the way, whatever works for you, your budget, your lifestyle. And I know we have Christmas coming up, and I know, like I said, it's harder and harder to make those dollars reach. So the opportunity is also there. I won't talk a whole lot about that, but as a member, you pay $50. It's like Sam's Club or Costco. You get a membership for an entire year. You're not locked in. You do not have to order every single month. Of course, you're going to want to. I mean, you got to have your product every month. I know I don't want to go without it. But if you have a time that you just simply can't afford it, that's fine. You don't have to order every single month. So you can also, you will get a website, and that website will allow you to share it with other people. You do not have to work it like a business like I do, and you don't have to share it with everybody all over the planet, but you can share it with your close family and friends, or you can go out there and scream it from the rooftops like I do and make a significant income. I've been here for 30 days. I cannot tell you exactly how much I've made, but it's more than a couple of house notes. And it's a blessing, very much a blessing right here in time for Christmas, time to catch up on some bills that I've, been stretching my dollars to make ends meet, but the opportunity is out there for you, whatever it looks like for you, but don't close your mind to it. I would say pray about it, talk to your friend about it. If you want to get on the phone with me or Leah or anybody else that's on this team, we're happy to spend time, sitting down and talking with you, answering your questions, not pressuring you into anything, but being transparent and just answering any questions that you have until you feel comfortable making an informed decision for yourself and your family. But we're here to help you along your journey. The support system has been absolutely phenomenal. I just feel like I'm surrounded by some of the best people, and that's just a wonderful feeling. So don't feel like you ever have to do this alone. You've got a family of people waiting here to welcome you along and to be supports along your journey with you. And if you have any questions, just reach out. I appreciate you joining me on a Tuesday night. I'm going to stop the recording and then I will open the floor for questions. Give me just a second.